I've got one here for you folks. Well, when I say I've got one here, I've not got one here, I've obviously got two. What I mean is I've got a video here for you. Right. Chip shops again, fish and chip shops, chippies, chippers, whatever you want to call them. This comes on the back of my lunchtime visit, dinner time visit, to a chippy in Standish, Wigan, only about a couple of weeks ago. And I came away and felt I had to do a video on it. I was very disappointed. First went there 13, 14 years ago. Fantastic. Wonderful food. Maybe a bit pricier than some. No problems. Went there again 3 or 4 years ago. 3 times in the space of 4 or 5 days. Absolutely fantastic still. Never really noted the price at that time. Went there 2 weeks ago. Extremely disappointed. The chips weren't the best they've been, although maybe it's just an off day. I think they're normally probably pretty good because there were still plenty of people there, plenty of people picking up food. But the portion size was extremely poor, never used to be, but more importantly, the price was absolutely through the roof. I've had somebody on from the Whirl saying that they're paying even more than they were in Standish, which surprises me. I know things have gone up, folks. My other half's telling me all the time that food's gone through the roof. I get that, I appreciate that. But the prices here were terrible. On the back of that, I said I'd do the odd review on various fish and chip shops, chippers, chippies, whatever you want to call them, that I call in from time to time. I do like my chips, there's no doubt about that. Not into fish, nothing from the sea, for me. But chips, I love them. You can't beat the old jockey's whips. Grand. I like them with peas, with curry, with gravy. But for this exercise, I'm having them on their own. Plenty of salt and vinegar. Oh, I love the salt and vinegar. But I'm having them on their own. Anyway, so I went to Pepper Lane. If you've not seen the video, you must watch it. It's there. You'll have to look back in all the videos. There's millions of them, but it's only about 2 weeks ago. It went down reasonably well by my standards. More views than many that I put out there. Then I did one on a local fish and chip shop. Not local to me, other end of Warrington for me, called Fishnet. It's won awards over the last couple of years. It's been voted Warrington's best fish and chip shop. Did a review on that. Have a look at it, see what you think. And I've got one now today. This was for a place I said I went last Thursday. The mother-in-law took her last Thursday. They took her into hospital. The operation, I think, is tomorrow, all being well. And fingers crossed, she'll be out in a few days and she'll be hunky-dory. But we went to a chipper last Thursday night. I picked the wife up from work and she said, let's go there on the way home. I won't have a chance to go anywhere to get any tea. I've got to go and see my mum in Oz. So that's what we did. And we went to what we call the Spar Brook, because it's a fish and chip shop on the old site of the Spar Brook. That was a pub in that there Orford in Warrington. Fond memories of it for me, because an uncle of mine was probably one of its greatest patrons. He's long since gone now, my Uncle Paddy, long since gone, but he did love that Spar Brook. He worked shifts with Uncle Paddy at British Steel, and whenever he finished his shift, whatever time it was, he'd be in there. Well, he might have struggled with the nights, to be honest with you, but I bet he's done it a time or two. But 6-2, all right, he'd been there after that. Days, he'd been there after that. Oh, yeah, he loved it anyway, he loved it. And they loved him. Nice fella. I like my Uncle Paddy a lot. I say, long since gone now, great shame. Anyway, he used to use the Spar Brook, been in it a few times as a kid. Special days when you were allowed in. I liked it. Good pub, now gone. Anyway, this pub, it's got a chipper on it now, what we call the Spar Brook. It's called the ORFORD FRYER. Okay, so I went in there last Thursday. I got the old chips in, and again, I looked at the prices because I'm looking at prices now because of the one in Standish. Is it Pepper Street or Pepper Lane? I wrote it down somewhere. Pepper Lane Chippy. Yeah, Pepper Lane Chippy, they were charging £3 for a bag of chips and £4 for a large bag. Now, I've seen some chippers do a regular and a large. Some do a small, regular and large. Some do just a regular. In Pepper Lane, I think it said small and large. They didn't do a regular. So the small portion, it said, was £3. And I said at the time, I got them in a little tray like that. There wasn't many in there. They were reasonably nice, but not many in there. And I was paying £3 for them and I nearly died. So, goes to the one in Warrington last week, the one I've reviewed on a past video, Fishnet. More chips and what have you, better price. But as I say, if you need to have a look, go and have a look at it. The ORFORD FRYER last Thursday goes in there. I walked in, got a portion, got the trouble and strife. She had fish and chips, a small fish and chips. She didn't want a big portion. Fish and chips. I got myself a bag of chips on its own. I think they did regular and large. They didn't do small, regular and large. I think the regular portion, well, before I give you portion size, I'll tell you how I would have marked it. Nothing against the place, been in a few times and quite like it. They do some good chips in there. The wife now and again on a Friday lunchtime from work, her and the girls get the old fish and chips. They have a fish Friday now and again. They've got a choice of 3 or 4 chippers near where they work, but that's the favourite, they tend to go there. And the wife likes it, and I normally do too. So I'm not knocking it. And as it turns out, if the owners remain the same, and I think they have, I actually know the owners. They don't know me, I don't know the mister, but I've done some work for him. He doesn't even know who I am, through his wife, through the missus. Nice lady. Did a couple of big jobs for him many years ago when I was in business in that neck of the woods. So nothing against them, and normally like the food. This night, the chips weren't brilliant. I've had better there. Nothing wrong with them, but they weren't brilliant. If I went on taste only, I'd have probably been giving them a 7 out of 10. And I would have wanted to have given them more than that, because it's a place I quite like, and I like the people there. And the service is absolutely first class. Absolutely first class. A young lad served me. Service with a smile, very prompt, very quick, great. I got the smaller portion of chips, or the regular portion, a huge amount, at least double, but probably more likely 2.5 times what I had from the one in Standish, the one that I said the portion size was awful. Bear in mind, for £3. From the ORFORD fryer, it was either £1.90 or £2.20. I think it was £1.90. It could have been £2.20. Even if it was £2.20, it's 80p cheaper than the one in Standish, and at least double the food, and probably more than that. So that's 7 out of 10 I would have given it. For the service, for the speed of service and the service with the smile, which always helps, and for the portion size, the old VFM, the old value for money, I'm upping that to an 8 out of 10. So up to now, Standish, you're struggling. You're the lowest of the lot. I want to go in there and try the food again in the future, but to be honest with you, I've had that many views, that many have seen it, you might have seen it yourselves, and I'd be a bit scared of going in there. I might have to send somebody in for me. In the future, that is. But still, that said, I don't know if I want to go back in there at £3 for a dinky portion, and £4 for a large one, which won't be that large based on the dinky portion. No, I don't think I will be going back in there. Mind you, if the prices get sorted out and they fall in line with other places, then obviously I would. As I say, I didn't like the sign on the wall, support your local chippy, blah, 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 blah. I like the sentiment of that. I like supporting local businesses. I know they went through a lot with the old lockdowns with the COVID. I know they did. But it's got to be 50-50. It's got to be a bit of give and take. They've got to support you. Of course they have. But you've got to be fair with the prices. You've got to put them up a bit. You've had troubles for 2 years. Get it. But not put them up that much. It's ridiculous, man. Anyway, ORFORD fryer. 8 out of 10, so you're not doing too bad. Next time I go in there, I won't be marking again, I've no reason to, but I bet it's better than 8 out of 10. They're normally even better than they were last Thursday. Maybe it just wasn't one of the best nights. I'm sure next time I go in, they'll be even better. They normally are.